Hey everybody, it's Skeeter with Snug Harbor Outfitters, and it's time for Skeeter's Fishing Report. Today is Monday, and if you've been outside, it's 6 degrees. You're going to get 1 to 2 inches of accumulation overnight, 30% chance of that snow happening. Tuesday, 17 degrees for a high, 5 degrees for a low, 5 to 10 mile an hour winds from the north. Wednesday, 10 degrees for a high, 2 degrees for a low, 25 mile an hour winds from the northwest. You might want to stay off the lake on Wednesday. If you want to come in and you want to talk about fishing, you want to polish up, lay out your lures, show us all the cool stuff you got, that might be the day to do that kind of thing. Probably want to keep your fingertips instead of catching perch. So Wednesday, you might want to stay off. Thursday, 9 degrees for a high, -4 for a low. Friday, 11 degrees for a high, 11 degrees for a low. It's going to be 11 degrees on Friday. Let's talk about fish. White Lake, you got perch off of Lamos Road, perch and gills on Indian Bay, bluegills, crappie on the Lion's Den. Those are all coming on tungsten jigs. Everybody's catching them on waxworms, spikes, red and white. Few perch are being caught on the minnows, but it's mostly been the bugs that's been catching those fish. Pike, I actually called a buddy and I said, hey, what's happening with the pike on White Lake? And he said, nuttin'. Nuttin' is what you're getting for pike on White Lake. Unless you got another report, you need to post onto this and tell me what's happening on White Lake for pike, because nuttin' is the answer I got. Muskegon Lake, sand docks has been slow. Talked to a guy who had 2 9-inch perch out there, fished for 3 hours, and he was using wigglers, wax worms, spikes, white and red, minnows, every lure in his box, and he got 2 9-inch perch. Then I talked to another guy down at the Clipper. He did well. He had 30 plus perch in his bucket, and he was fishing with minnows out there with demon glows and doing pretty good. Talked to another guy, had a few fish in the 10-15 range, but they were bigger fish. You know, they were good 10-inch plus fish. He was fishing with jig and wraps, number 3s with minnow heads on them. So if you wanna go out there and do that, that's probably a good thing to do. Snug Harbor's been catching bluegills, and they've been getting yellow perch. You've got to get out into 10 to 13 feet of water. Got to use tungsten. The colors I'm hearing are black, green, and purple. Let's see what else we got. 2nd Street, walleyes. There's been a few caught. They've been big fish. Haven't been catching all the little ones that we have probably for the last couple of weeks. So I'm not really sure where those fish are at, or if the bite's just kind of slowing down. Not that it can get much slower than it has been. It's not a fast and furious time of year. It's hard. If you're an ice fisherman, you got to grind it out, get out there just to say that you continued fishing throughout the season. Off Johnson's Point, and actually let's go back to 2nd Street real quick. Perch, they're getting a few big ones, not many. So you can get some out there if you want to sit out there and jig. It's actually a really easy place to walk after work. Sit down, you can jig for a little while. When we've been going out there jigging, you're anywhere from 5 o'clock to 6:15. About 6:15, you can shut everything off and you can walk off the lake, as far as I'm concerned, because I haven't been seeing fish after that. Now, I've been talking to guys who've been fishing a lot later. Had a guy fish until 1 o'clock in the morning. Said he got out at lunch at dark, fished until 1 o'clock in the morning, and he didn't catch any walleyes, and he didn't catch any perch. But he said he saw them. That seems to be the case around the whole lake. So, Johnson's Point, perch. They're getting a few small walleyes. That's where the small walleyes seem to be, and a few big walleyes. They're also getting pike out there. If you want to fish pike on Muskegon Lake, this is probably the time to do it. Stay inside the tent with your heater on, have a good time with your buddies, and watch flags. And they did pretty good this weekend, and I say this weekend, it's really on Sunday they did better. Saturday was really blowy, so Sunday they caught fish. Conservation Club, behind Fricano's, the river mouth, 2nd Street, and Johnson's Point. All those places, I talked to at least 1 or 2 people who told me they caught fish that were keepers. So that's my fishing report. That's what I have. Make sure that you guys use caution when you go out on the lake with temperatures like this. Stay warm. Don't lose fingers for fish. So I'm Skeeter. You know where to find us. Give us a call, 231-719-0759. We'll see you on the lake.